Hello, welcome to the Good Music Show. We have a bonus episode for everybody out there who enjoyed our Tiny Desk episode. We're going to be following up on the Rico Nasty Tiny Desk and talking about just some more chatter about Tiny Desk. Like as of today, it's recording. A few hours ago, they released the Mic Tiny Desk, and so we'll chat a little bit about that as well. And I'm here with my co-host Danny.
Hello.
And we are doing this especially now because I honestly forgot we had to do this, but my our buddy and listener Andrew texted us about it. And so for more than anybody, this is for our buddy Andrew.
Yeah, shout out Andrew. We're happy to do requests. We'll drop everything. If you want us to talk about the new Jelly Roll song, we will do it. The new Post Malone, we will do it.
I'm not going to be there, but yeah.
But yeah, I think Tiny Desk is actually just in this year they've had several great installments. You know,
they've been on fire this year.
Rico Nasty, Clipse.
Yeah, I forgot that one came out recently too.
Mike today. A couple good ones I liked in the folkier side. You got Sierra Hull, who's an insanely good mandolin player and had a good album that she released this year. And Gillian Welch and David Rawlings had a Tiny Desk from that. They did songs from their album from last year. That was really good.
Oh,
yeah. A lot of good
I just saw Noni released one recently too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we'll get into them. We'll start with probably the ones we've both watched. We both seen, I think, the Rico Nasty and the Clipse one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, where I'm going to have to check out the Sierra Hull one because that's all my recommended. Where the one thing I will give YouTube's algorithm, they know which Tiny Desk to recommend me because, like, usually most things just be like, hey, you like Milwaukee? Here's another Milwaukee rapper. And it's just not at all the same kind of thing. I'm looking for Tiny Desk, pretty good about it. But, oh, yeah. But, yeah, let's start about Rico Nasty, who had a really just great Tiny Desk that was more of a medley, which I was expecting of her music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I like that approach.
Yeah. I like that a lot, too, especially because it gives more room for more songs. And you get to also see, like, how many of these songs, despite being from different eras, have parallels to make it so easy to, like, transition between them. Parallels beyond, like, the lead artist, you know?
Right. Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, I watched it the day it came out, and I haven't watched it since. But I do remember like how you got her feature verse on Tia Tamara, and then her classics like "Smack a Bitch," which that was more of a kind of a snippet than a full performance. And then all these great songs from her new album that came out this year.
Which
Lethal. I
do want to say I am so relieved how much I like Lethal. Lethal is a really, really fun listen. Yeah. Like, I think it's really great. Where my thing is like, I saw it had like a pretty muted reaction. Like a lot of people were like, it's another Rico Nasty album, but I feel like it's definitely more people taking her for granted. Like, I think her more melodic songs, like On the Low, are stronger than ever. Smile is beautiful. Where Crash. I do love that she has like, Crash is great. And Son of a Gun, like the song title itself is the review. And like where I think like she has like this fun Denny Brown structure going on that is really showcased here on this Tiny Desk, where she goes towards these two extremes of like hype, angry, savage. Those aren't the lyrics of Savage, but
nasty.
Anyway, but like nasty, but like
gets nasty with it.
Yeah, and then this other extreme of like very melodic, very like just gorgeous singing, instrumentation, you know, where it's a funny thing because like a lot of some guys are kind of like, man, why do all these female rappers have to sing while also rapping? And it's like, well, my thing is like if it's you can tell when it's like a general motherfucking thing. Also, all rappers want to be singers and all singers want to be rappers. Yeah. And like. That shit is incredibly true for guy rappers because my fucking God, I've been listening to a lot of Wu-Tang lately. Ghostface, I love that you like singing, but sometimes, motherfucker, anyway, I don't want to do me like Action Bronson. So like, I do love her melodic stuff a lot. I think that's a part of her that gets very slept on, and that's like thankfully showcased a lot throughout this Tiny Desk because she is a incredible singer, like just great singer. with a really great band that has like that they're in the pocket for all of it, where it's just like shocking that they're able to keep it going with the lighting changes they have. Like they do a spotlight on
Mm-hmm.
her for like I think the middle all the way to the end, which is a cool thing to bring up because I think I was talking about like how Tyler the Creator and another Tiny Desk another ones have like lighting changes. So it's cool to
Yeah.
see Rico Nasty be another recipient of that kind of treatment and making the most out of was a very overly seen set.
Right. And the lighting change comes in for Son of a Gun, which is just the
Yeah,
perfect place to do it.
perfect place to do it. Which like that song, I cannot get enough of it. It's so fire. Like
Yeah.
I'm just glad she could just still make bangers like that, and it's not corny. It's not derivative. It's just
Yeah.
she is on it, and that's kind of what I mean with the whole Danny Brown thing. It's like if you love Danny Brown, you love him mostly because he can be old dirty bastard, but he can also just be this other kind of rapper who is so conscious and so reflective of all the things that like he brought you in for, but it's not letting you hear like the what you would call it, the aftermath of it all. Like my favorite Danny Brown song is probably like Party All the Time, which is just this depressing, slow burner that interplays Eddie Murphy song about this like woman who is like, the party of life is catching up with her. And it's something that makes a rapper that can seem one-dimensional at first glance, like Rico Nasty, but emboldens how much their expression is keeping all these other perspectives in mind. And I'm glad that she let the Tiny Desk showcase that rather than because she could have just done all her bangers. She has enough of
Right.
them. But unfortunately, bangers don't bang as much at a Tiny Desk, where she makes a smart choice of being selective on which ones to go for here as well. You know, whereas we brought up earlier, like Smack a Bitch, it's like more a snippet than a full performance, but it's still like it still hits.
That also goes into the fact that she had the Tiny Desk from Home concert where she did other songs, so she probably didn't want to repeat a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her at home one.
Yeah. But yeah, like I love Rico Nasty. I mean, she's like the perfect blend of everything I love with like rap music, where she's experimental, trying different styles. Like she had like the hyper pop songs on her previous albums, and now she's kind of leaning into like the metal, like hardcore stuff, and like
Yeah.
even the I don't know what you would call like a song like Crash, where it's like I don't know, like indie rock, I guess.
Yeah, and like, but it's not even corny. That's the shocking
No,
part. Like,
it's
she
just good.
usually when trap rappers, not even trap rappers, she's not a trap rapper, but she does like borrow a lot of flows from that era. Like, if you love Rico Nasty, check out Key, because a lot of her best flows are like just Key flows, and she pays homage. Like, they made songs together. I'm not trying to like out her as a biter or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, but because of that, there are elements of trap in the way that she raps. And like usually with guitars, that can be corny, but I think it's as successful as like when Young Thug was trying that out, like on his last album, Punk. Not last album because he dropped two very forgettable ones after that one, but like Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do love how pretty much on most albums she like has a song that closes out with a song that's dedicated to her son. Like in Lethal, it's Smile, and then she has a song called Chicken Nugget. That's like just purely dedicated to how much she loves her son, which is just always beautiful to hear.
Yeah.
And then you can put on, Rage or Smack a Bitch and just like scream and like let out all your anger, and it's just like exactly what I crave.
And I do think a thing that I feel like for both of us that we love about our favorite rappers is that she is so funny. Like, she can make such a funny line, or just make a line funny and how she delivers it. Like the famous line, "I don't need your opinion." And then building the like latter half of that verse around that kind of like pronunciation. Like, she is a very just technically crafty rapper, and it really like blends well with her sense of humor, which the now classic line of Son of a Gun. Oh, this host says she forgot. Okay, Dory. Like, that's just, she drops it so quickly that I always miss what the next line is, because I'm just like, that's so fucking funny,
Yeah. And even, I was going to say, we both had the same kind of worry with the first single from Lethal, times 3, T-Sucker, where we were like not feeling the hook at all. But I think even on the Tiny Desk version of it, it kind of like, maybe because it just appears less times, than in the actual song, but like I was still feeling it when she performed it, and the verse
Oh
is
yeah.
still great.
I think
Yeah.
I like literally everything about that song except for the hook. Where
Yeah.
it's the best kind of first single you want for this kind of album, because if I was an artist, I would always pick my worst song, like the song I'm not at all confident about as the first single.
Yeah.
Like where I don't think she definitely wasn't thinking that when she did this, but that's just how I would be, and that's how I usually like a lot of albums, is when the first single just isn't what I would go for. Because with Clipse, which we can get into in a second, like I thought Ace Trumpets was cool, but I wasn't losing my mind over it. But it was such a smart choice because that album is incredible. And Ace Trumpets, it's like, it's good, but it's like definitely one of the lowlights, for me at least, on that album, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any final thoughts on Rico Nasty's Tiny Desk?
No, I think that covers
try to
it.
Try to give any cute moments that happens between her and the band, because there's always cute stuff going on.
I can't think of anything. Yeah.
Yeah. If only we did our jobs and just fucking watch shit every second and fucking didn't rely.
This is a bonus. This is like chill. We're just like, rambling. It's all.
You guys are lucky we ain't charging a $1 a month Patreon for these bitches.
Yeah.
we can get a quick $13 off this. But let's move on to the Clipse Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
And because you saw that one too, right? The full one.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I sent it to you when it first dropped, because I was shocked. I was very shocked when I saw it drop, because I was just like, oh man, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. But it's also like, man, how is this even gonna like sound? Because like their production is so like digital, I would say,
Yeah.
as it's like Neptune's, where the performance is still very like, I would never call it like analog, you know what I mean? But like but it is it's a great setup they have for what they're doing, where it doesn't feel like it's like completely, what's the word? It's not completely analog, but you can see like it's kind of cool to see these digital instruments at work,
Well, yeah,
like the dude with the drum pad and shit.
Yeah, I'm reading the description, which I hadn't read until now, but they did not want a jazzy rendition of their music, which makes sense. I mean, that's kind of, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad they thought that. I'm glad they didn't try to do keys open doors with a delicate tinkling piano. Keys open doors, like a background thing.
So much white, the Holy Christ is near. Just a saxophone blaring.
But I think they did it right. They just they did a couple. What did they do? 3 songs? No, they only did 2 new songs.
Yeah,
from the new album, which I like too, because they deserve that. Kind of what Juvenile had, where it was like a celebration of his music rather than trying to promote a new album. Even though they were definitely trying to promote their new album and did a lot of promoting of their new album. Their Tiny Desk was still pure of like being this is a celebration of their music over the years, being from Virginia, where the DC is where the Tiny Desks are. So.
Yeah, and they knew like the Tiny Desk is gonna be a time capsule. Like so many new young kids are gonna like first discover their music with this, so we might as well give them what the audience has already been like going crazy for.
Yeah,
and also I feel like what Clipse has great with their new album is that like it is like it felt like, I honestly am so jealous of people who this is their first Clipse album, because they have no idea what is waiting for them with the stuff before. Because I am a full-blown dick rider of those first 2 albums. Like, some of the best rap music in the world. Where I'm so glad they started with Virginia, which is like, I've always been like almost every rapper, not anymore because rappers are weird, but like in the 90s and 2000s, rappers would like be like, man, what should we make a song about? Have you made a song about where we're from? Yeah, let's do that. Where like New York State of Mind and the song that ultimately killed it, Empire State of Mind. And like Virginia is like up there as like just one of the greatest songs in that like grouping where like they painted as like this, because I don't know shit about Virginia really. I really don't. But they painted as this sinister place that it could make up 10 seasons of The Wire. And it also just fully introduces the rappers Malice and Pusha T as like such cold deliverers of lyricism, you know? Like the personalities, they pop out where if you can't tell who is who, this song does no better job of displaying that, which I still think this is a duo that has like, I think it's obvious who's who, but I don't blame anyone who's getting into it for the first time and can't tell, because there's subtle differences I would give them. Sure, why not, you know? But Virginia's great. Keys Open Doors. I would like Hell Have No Fury is like one of the best albums ever. I would have loved to hear Ride Around Shining instead, but you know, Keys Open Doors is great. And the reason why I'm saying that was because my mom's so sorry. Like, I didn't look at the setlist before I watched it. So I was just going like, at my computer. Where it was very fun for me. Where the biggest yo was when they started doing the desk beat for grinding at the end. Because, I mean, like any black person who grew up in the 2000s will tell you, our lunchrooms, I'm shocked that they embedded it at our school. We would literally just be recreating that fucking beat on whatever hard surface we could find, you know? Where if you ask any black person my age, like they'll be able to pull it off. You know what I mean? Because they'll know what the fuck you're talking about. Where to have like that trend immortalized in this thing, and it's like taken as the rawest thing as it should, because NPR, as we point out in the Tiny Desk episode, it's a very white thing, but it's so cool whenever they're like artists are like, fuck that, we're gonna make it black in here, you know what I mean? And we're gonna like bring this kind of like black history into the video, you know, to document.
Yeah, I just noticed something. Yeah. I am very familiar with the guy playing the drums, the drum pad. His name is Daru Jones. And in high school, I was big into the White Stripes and Jack White solo albums. And he was Jack White's drummer for a good stretch. I don't know if he still plays. I don't think he still plays with him, but for a while. And he is a beast on the drums, like, he's very recognizable behind a kit because the way he has his like cymbals set up, he's like standing up a lot of the times, like kind of like squatting, and like if you look up any like Jack White like on SNL, you should see him, or like there's probably live performances of like his solo albums that era, but Daru Jones, he's the one who did the desk thing at the end. To the grinding beat. Insane drummer. And I'm like shocked that I'm just now realizing that's him, but I guess it's
that's so sick.
He looks so specific behind a drum, like a full drum set, that I didn't recognize him.
I just looked up his Wikipedia, and I'm already in complete adoration of this guy, because like I'll just read off. His first break came with Slum Village in 2005.
Oh my gosh.
Post Dilla, but still a really great era for them. They were Elzai and stuff. And Jack White actually discovered him because he was at a show for the rapper Black Milk, who is like an incredibly underrated Detroit rapper producer. If you heard the song Really Dope by Danny Brown that has Kendrick, Absol, and Earl Sweatshirt on it, that's a Black Milk beat. Like Black Milk is behind some of the greatest beats in the world. Incredible rapper. Losing Out has sick drums. So knowing that this guy did drums for that, and that's what caught the attention of Jack White, I still didn't listen to White Stripes, but that also just gives points to Jack White for me, because, you know, taste.
And supposedly he played with Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah, no, sick. Wow. Yeah, but this guy has an insane lineup, insane Wikipedia page. Shout out Daru Jones.
Yeah, shout out. I'm going to have to see if I can find a video of that.
Yeah, dude. That would look sick. But did you have any notes or thoughts on this one?
No, I think that Tiny Desk was exactly what I wanted a Clipse Tiny Desk to be, and I'm sure it was for you as well.
Oh yeah, I loved how much Pusha T was just rapping directly to the camera
Yeah, yeah. I've
He's
seen
playing.
his clips of him doing that like all over. So
Yeah, it plays well to the boogeyman persona that he's adopting, where it's really sick.
and I've seen clips, no pun intended. The
Ha
clips of
ha ha.
clips.
One last switch I would do is Birds Don't Sing is a beautiful song, which is why I should get my ass kicked for saying this. But they should have switched it out for FICO and have Stove God Cooks come out and sing that wonderful hook.
Yeah,
Because FICO is probably my favorite song on the album. I'm obsessed with that track.
yeah.
Did you hear the album?
Oh yeah, I
Or
did. I need to give another listen. I definitely liked it a lot. I need to check it out again.
I think it's funny that like Needle Drop gave it a 10 and then the next week he got canceled for being racist again. That guy can't catch a break.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah. I guess I had a few more thoughts about that, unfortunately. I think it's mostly funny because I've been online for way too long. I need to retire at some point, but I probably won't. Maybe when I get scared of my own kid going online, I'll be like, gotta save the family. But like, what was it? I've seen Needle Drop get canceled 4 times, and each time it's been over the same thing. There are these clips that, no pun intended again, there are these clips of like Anthony Fantano laughing at Trayvon Martin, and there's also a clip of him saying the N-word, hard R, and there's also another clip of, I forget what the other clip is, but these clips have been packaged as a cancellation kit for the guy for almost a decade now. And like, I've seen it work 4 different times. And my beef with it is that I think like, this is kind of like this is stretching to a whole other thing. Kevin Hart, I wasn't mad at when he let himself get canceled because he had a fair response. He was like, I already apologized for it. I can't apologize for it twice because it was a similar thing. Those tweets were a cancellation kit that got cycled. You know what I mean? Where my thing is like, find new shit. Because like, unfortunately, all that's going to happen when these people are on stage and are public personas is that they're going to slip up again at some point. You know, but if they don't, you just got to have faith that they must have learned. And if not, stop watching, stop listening. Get over the fact that they're popular and they have a platform. You know, I don't know what the solution is with it. But I just think it's funny that it happened again this time because Drake fans were pissed. And they were the ones who were like, wow, y'all gave this man a seat at the table. When if you go into any barbershop in America, nobody knows who Fantano is. He has no seat at any table. He's just the most popular rap critic on YouTube because YouTube is racist. So that's literally the conversation we should be having, not how did this man get a seat at the table? Where I just think it's funny that Drake fans caused it this time, and it matters even less because Drake fans have no principles. They're just as stupid as Trump supporters at this moment.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just always find it funny when a guy gets canceled for the same thing over and over again because it's just like there's always so much a guy can apologize for a thing that he already apologized for. It's just It's very funny. But yeah, to be online.
Yeah, it's
another Tiny Desk I saw that was really cool was Wet Leg. I don't know if you saw this one, but
no.
Excuse my cough. Edit that out, or people gonna think I got COVID. Anyway, Wet Leg, I don't know shit about really, but they showed up on recommended, and I was immediately taken by the lady, the lead singer, wearing like a football shoulder pads. I was like, oh, that's fucking rock and roll right there. And it's a really cool set. Like, it's just like, it's very grungy, very like alternative rock, where I checked out their album. It's pretty cool. I need to give it another listen, but if you're looking for like just a cool rock, Tiny Desk, I like that one a lot. You got one, Danny? Ones that like you watched on your own. Since,
yeah,
like,
I mentioned
one drop because you brought Sierra Hull.
Yeah, Sierra Hull, that was a good one. If you're into bluegrass or anything that's like that, you should check it out. She's got a really good instrumental song on there that is just kind of really bouncy and fun. And I really enjoyed the Gillian Welch and David Rawlings one because they there's not too many artists that I would like really like vouch for like 100%. It's like if you like it, you know, you're into it, you already know. But like they just play guitar and harmonize together, and that's kind of their whole thing. Like I don't even know if they have a drummer or a bassist in their band when they do shows, but in this performance, it's just them, and their voices just blend together insanely well. And they have these really good songs that they perform. Like one of my favorite songs of 2024 was their first single from their album Woodland, called Empty Trainload of Sky. And it's this really catchy song that's about like their home, like not their home studio, but they had a studio in Nashville that was destroyed by the tornadoes that happened a couple of years ago. And that's what the song's about. And it's just a really catchy song that sung beautifully by them, because their harmonies just blend perfectly. And David Rawlings plays the lead guitar, and his solos are just really awesome. He's just very nimble on the guitar. So I'd recommend both of those. Came out.
I'm staring at him in the thumbnail. I love his fit. I need that jacket. I got a jacket just like that. I see a hat like that.
Yeah, they got a good style going on as well. Let's see. I mean, we could talk about Mike if you want to do that, or do you want to save that for the end?
Mike. Yeah, because that's like the only other one I got. I'm gonna need to check these out. Where we should do this more frequently, do like a Tiny Desk roundup.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But yeah, the Mike one just came out as of today of recording. I'm not gonna say the date. You figure it out, bitch. And it's really, really great. Like, it's 22 minutes, which it earns that length because I talk about Mike so much, just because I truly think Mike is the most exciting about rap to me. You can't be mad at the genre. You can't be mad at hip hop. You can't say hip hop is dead if you aren't tapped in on Mike. This guy is like literally building off of what Madlib, Dilla, even to an extent Ye, and like all the artists in that era, to like create some of the most inventive music in the genre. And he just can't stop doing it. He's dropped an album, a great album, for the last like almost like 6 years, I think. And all of them are great. They're all incredible. You can't really pick a favorite without feeling bad about not picking one of the other ones. And also just his like alternative like trap rap he's been doing with Tony Seltzer on Pinball 1 and 2. Like, the guy is unstoppable. So anyway, I was happy to see that they gave him this much time, because while Mike still isn't really a household name, like, I literally always, like, whenever people are like, oh, what rappers you like, Julius? You like the Kendrick? I'm always just like, Mike. And they're like, Mike? Mike? And I'm like, yeah, Mike. and it, like, I get that every fucking day, because it makes sense. It's not a household name because he is making stuff that is very avant-garde to an extent, very abstract raps, you know, because he rarely ever does hooks. Most of his songs are like as short as the Mad Valley joints. And where him getting a Tiny Desk is like, it's a win for underground hip hop. It's a win for hip hop. And because you get to really expose a great talent to a whole new audience that is like, I think, craving something new in this kind of genre. And the Tiny Desk lives up to its potential completely. It has like Liv and Joy Dita on vocals, who I am obsessed with those two artists. They are incredible, both of them. And he has a really great band. I don't really recognize the names outside of Mark William Lewis, who has a great song on Burning Desire with Mike. And but the band kills it. The drummer is just like, there's real intricate drumming on all of Mike's stuff, and she like matches it perfectly. The keys do an incredible job of like, he does a great job of like blending in these rhythms from the samples, because unlike Clipse, he goes like full live instrumentation, and it doesn't lose the charm or personality of any of the songs. Instead, it like really, it's impressive how much they're able to implement all of it, and also just transition from it. Because the coolest, like, I think like, I would love to be proven wrong by the end of this year, but the coolest transition in any album is dancing. God, I forgot the fucking name of it, but like, it's Artist of the Century and the song before it,
Man in the Mirror.
Just bringing it up real quick. Man in the Mirror. Man in the Mirror to Artist of the Century is just like such a great smash cut. It's a great 1-2 punch on that album, and they replicate it here, and it's so satisfying, because for me, as someone who doesn't do music at all, I just don't know how you can do that live. There's such contrasting rhythms, you know?
It's hard to find the words to say, how I slowly feel, drift away. It's hard to find the words to say, how
You gotta be, I mean, probably above me, proud of me, work work against the odds and the ugliest comedy. Hurting me disguised as a sub to your prodigy. Working out with Bob, not a sub. Bottom feed, growing out of poverty was tough and monogamy. It was only pottery I fucked with, it coddled me. Nowadays, it's honestly a done.
Where these guys are on it. There's no mistakes. And like Mike is just like, I've seen him twice live and he is just killing it here. Like fully expressive of like all of his like wonderful lyrics. He's a lyricist first and foremost. Where I told Danny right before we started recording this other episode, like it's probably the first Tiny Desk I cried at. Like he has some real genuine heart-rending songs here. It's great. Where yeah, it's already one of my favorite Tiny Desk ever.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say, you know, it did come out today. I watched most of it, like literally right before we started recording. I wanted to get the recording started because Julius has to head out soon. But so I got 4 minutes left, but I'm going to watch this again I'm with headphones because it sounds so good. Yeah, what I have seen is just really good. It makes me want to go recheck out Burning Desire because that's the first album of his I listened to, and it's been a while since I've given it another listen. But because he just keeps releasing stuff, so whatever I want to listen to, Mike, I just put on whatever's the newest. But I have spent a good amount of time with the Pinball series and Showbiz, which came out this year. Also, quick side note, I did listen to the Neonte album that came out this year, which you recommended.
Oh, yeah, Neonte.
I love that.
Dude, so good. Yeah, he's Mike's cousin. They are both eclectic in their own ways in terms of rapping. Like, he raps like it's just, like, he's using 1% of his, like, energy, and it still vibes harder than any rapper. Like, it's like Currency amplified. Like, it's so cool. Like, I dig Neonte. He's so different kind of rapper.
It's the first album that I really love that I don't know what the album is called. I can't decipher the track names, and I got to spend more time with it because I did enjoy it a lot. But yeah, his song names are like coded. They're like, I'm sure they mean something to him, but G-Man Balaclava Lyco 9. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but that was one of my favorite songs on that album. But anyway. Yeah, back to Mike. Really loving Mike. I agree with everything you just said wholeheartedly. He's been the most exciting artist that I've come across in rap in a while, so I'm glad he got his Tiny Desk.
Yeah, no, and he killed it just completely. Where if you haven't watched it yet, and if you're not sold, I don't know what else I got to tell you. I'll pay you. I'll make a Patreon. I'll subscribe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for this bonus episode. Where like I suggested earlier, it'd be cool to do more of these because I make me encouraged to watch more of these as well, where we can send each other ones that we've seen or whatever.
Yeah.
And because Tiny Desk, maybe it's the new producer, and also. No, that's just me. No producer did a great job. But I've been enjoying them a lot lately more. And, well, I don't want to get political, but, like, with the fucking, them actually passing a bill to, like, undo a lot of public networks and broadcasting, we got to, like, big up things like this more than ever now, because who knows if they're going to be around tomorrow. Thankfully, NPR and, like, other platforms have enough support to survive in these like insane times right now, but there are definitely plenty of ones that need more love and care than ever. Because these institutions, like, sure, me and you, we can fucking waste all of our money on HBO Max, Hulu, and all that. But for a good amount of people, this is like their direct entertainment because it's not demanding anything of them financially.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like always. I mean, Tiny Desk. I think they got that Capital One money. They'll probably be fine in the long run.
The funniest thing, the Mike Tiny Desk begins with an AI sponsor, and it's so funny.
Yeah. But no, you're good. Yeah. But yeah, the little guys, the public radio, public television stations, those are the ones who are going to be hurt. And, that's that much less experience for people who want to get into radio and television. Those are jobs that are going to be taken away. That's information that's not going to be shared by local communities. And instead you have to hear news from a verified account on X, the everything site, that has an AI just take headlines from the major news networks and gets it half wrong in the tweet. Like that's what the ecosystem is heading towards right now. So
yeah, like two different news reporters fell for AI this week, where
Yeah.
it just kind of shows you how bad
Yeah.
things are.
So you're taking away money that could go to paying people to make quality content, well, media, I should say. Content feels weird to say, but on, on television stations and radio, and that's not good at all. So yeah, I mean, it feels weird to say support public television, public media, because like it should be partially supported by us anyway, like against our will. But and there's a lot of other things you can support that are very important too going on right now. But
just because there's a lot doesn't mean we can't find energy for everything.
exactly. Yeah. If you value that type of thing, which you should, like I said, these local communities, that's how they get their news and their entertainment. That's important too. Sharing music on the radio is very important. And making informational media, television shows, movies, whatever, on public television, that's all very important, and there's no reason why we can't afford that in the richest country in the world. We can afford to pay ICE agents unlimited money. We can afford to send other countries military weapons and stuff. We can afford to have someone on the radio share a Mike song at 3 a.m. on NPR, that type of
Facts.
stuff. So
Yeah, no.
there's no
It's so
reason.
important. Because like Danny works in it, I literally cut my teeth in like media production thanks to like public media, where it's coming from a genuine place, but also like a place that everyone should be valuing.
Yeah.
I did want to like unfortunately cut into this one thing when you said America's richest country in the world, because I've been watching way too many of those like terrible Jubilee videos.
Yeah.
I feel like one person be like, actually, what makes it the richest country in the world? Seriously, who said it's the richest country in the world?
Yeah.
I feel like other countries might have more money.
They probably do. They probably do it better.
You can't say anything about America without pissing off someone. Now.
Yeah.
Everyone got a chip on their shoulder. But it is, I don't care what it says. If we're not the richest country in the world, we're definitely spending way too much fucking money out of any country in the fucking world on shit that doesn't result in any growth.
Yeah.
So
The
that's
money's
issue at
there.
hand.
It's just in the hands of the wrong people,
It's in the hand of destroyers.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the end of our political talk. Vote for us to host a daily show. And that's our time. We'll see y'all again soon. And
Bye.
you're welcome, Andrew. Bye.
Yeah.